Hi, everyone. Welcome to my studio. I'm Geri Ford. And what we're going to do in tonight's mini lesson is we are going to continue working on this Project Linus simple quilt. It's just a plain block quilt. And I want to do a border design using my embroidery machine. So this is the corner. Remember in a previous class, I showed you how to use ruler work. In order to prepare the quilt, I want to leave several inches on all sides of the quilt from the backing and the batting so that it'll accommodate my quilt. I'm going to start with the border, with the corners. So the corners are about 5 inches by 5 inches, and I want that to fit in my 5x7 hoop, or even better, in my 5x7 magnetic hoop. Okay, now I want to digitize this. So when I was drawing this is my border. I want it to begin and end along the same plane. So if it starts here, I want it to end in the exact same spot directly across from it. That way I can line it up, and that would do my borders. But my corner is different. I want it to start here and end here. So I drew a different design so that it did do that. Okay, so here's the beginning, here's the end, and this would match up here and go all the way down, and this would match up here. And I digitized this, so these are 5-inch blocks. I believe they're 5-inch blocks. Let me double check. It's about a 5.5-inch block. So I wanted to be 5 inches this way and 5.5 this way. I could digitize it by 5 inches, and that would be fine. And when I took it to the machine, I could expand what this direction to 5.5 inches. I could do that as well. The first thing I want to do is I drew them so that they're on this one, starts here and ends here. I'm going to scan these in, and then I'm going to bring them into Stitch Artist. Okay, I'm in Sketch Artist level 1. And it's the simplest, so I just basically have drawing tools and a running stitch, and that's all I really need here. Okay, so I'm going to pick the hoop, and I want to use a 130 by 180, but I want to rotate it. So I'm hitting rotate and okay. So now that's showing me the hoop size. And I've already got a crosshair. See the crosshair here? And I'm going to bring in the image. So I'm going to go up here to image, and I want to find the files. Okay, I'm going to start with the plain border first. So there's my image here. It's on my jump drive, okay, and I have a crosshair. I'm going to need to rotate this just a tiny bit so that I have this centered in the hoop. And I want to match up these crosshairs right here. Move it up a little bit. And just a tiny bit more rotation. Because when you're digitizing for continuous line quilting, you want it to start at one area and go to the other side on the exact same plain line. Okay, and it's about, this one I made 5.5 by 5.5 inches because that's the size of my blocks, but you could make this any size block that you have. And I'm going to make this just a little bigger so I can see. I just did this in pencil, so I'm going to fix this up. So I want to use my drawing tools. So I'm going to use the draw with points. And it's going to start, and then I'm going to just start, go bigger. I'd like to see this a little bigger. Okay, and it's just a shape. I'm not going to worry about any colors or anything else. So here we go, and yeah, and see, when I bring it up close, they're not on the same even line, so I need to rotate it just a little bit. Okay, it needs to rotate just a little bit more. Move it down just a tiny bit. Okay. All right, now I'm ready to draw it. So let me make this so that it fits all inside the screen so I can see it. Remember, this is just an image. So I'm going to now start to draw. Start here, and I'm just going to start just following the curve. After 3 lines, it'll start. Don't worry if it's not exactly the same, as long as we're close. And I just start following the line as if when you make a mistake, hit a backspace on your keyboard and just keep on going. And I'm just going to continue on. So I will speed this up because this is kind of boring to watch. Okay. And I right-clicked on it. And do I like how it looks? I'm going to go to my image. I'm going to tone down the transparency so I can't see it. Yeah, I like it. I don't see any particularly weird angles that look weird. And I think I like that. So I am going to, I got an extra line here, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. So I have my image here. I'm just going to leave that with the file. I am going to select the line and I'm going to tell it what kind of stitch I want. I'm going to leave it in black. That's fine. And I just want it to be a running stitch, and it's telling me that it is starting on the left and ending on the right. It's a single stitch. I could make it a double. I could make it a bean stitch. I'm just going to do that as a single because I don't want a whole lot of thickness on the thread. I'm just going to use a regular 50 weight thread in order to quilt this. And let's just see how it stitches out. So I'm going to go to my stitch simulator and let's just check it here. Is it pathing nicely? Yes. This is a very simple design. Okay, great. All right. I'm going to come out a little bit and move over a little, because let's see what it looks like when I put one right next to another. So I'm going to take this one, which is this run stitch, the square, and I'm going to copy and paste, and I'm going to move one over. So I'm just going to use my arrow keys and go directly over. I'm using the right arrow key on my keyboard. It's too far. No, I don't like how that looks when it is matched up. Okay, so how can I fix that? Let me think. I see I don't like the join, and I don't like this gap here and here. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate this one. I'm going to highlight that and hit the create button again. And now I have my nodes. So actually, I think I'm going to move these in a little bit. Move these in a little. Let's see, how does that look? Yeah, I like the way that looks. I want to move this one in a little. Now, I want, this is ending here, and it looks like I've got some stitches, but I want to take these and move these out a little bit, a little closer, like that. And I think I will move this little too far. Oh, undo. Always hit undo when things don't work. And then undo again. Okay, I want to take this one and I want to move it sort of right, almost in line with this. Well, maybe not quite. Go in a little. Want to round that, but I need to bring these over more so that they're closer. Move that out, and this comes up a little more. I can use these Bezier curves. Let's see. Let's see what that looks like, copied and pasted. So I'm going to hit copy. Go here and copy. And paste again and move it over. Let's see if that looks better. Yep, that looks better. It looks more natural. It looks more even. I like the way that looks. Okay, so that means when I do one to the right of it's going to look like more like one continuous border. Okay, I'm going to just eliminate that one, and I'm going to save this. So I'm going to go File, Save, Stitch, and Working File. I'm going to leave them the same. I'm going to use Stitch and Working File, and it needs a name. I'm going to put it in the same drive that I had before. And this is a border. I'll just call this, how big is it? Well, it's a little smaller than 5 by 5. Wait a minute, before I save this, cancel. And I want to make it so that it is wide enough to be 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches wide. So now this takes this and moves it to, where is it? 5, 3, 5.25. 5.5 inches wide, and I want to make it just a little short of 5 inches high. Okay, 5. Okay, that'll work. Center it in the hoop. Okay, and it will fit in that hoop. And now that's the size that I wanted. I like the way it, oh, I see something here I don't like. See that? Go back here and select that. Yeah, not liking those nodes. They are not smooth. There we go. Any other ones that look funny? Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And now I'm going to save it. File, Save, Stitch, and Working. Find it again. And we will call this one Loop-de-Loop Border. Good. All righty. I'm going to open a new file. Open a new one. Going to select this, and now we're going to do the corner. So we need to do the same hoop size. I'm going into my Stitch Artist image, and I'm going to bring in the one that's the corner. Here's my beginning. Here's the beginning. And here's the other side. I want to rotate this so that it goes like I want it to. Let's see, it starts here, and I'm going to draw it again, just like I did the last one. So I'm going to use my drawing tools. Then I'm going to speed this up. And right click, done. And let's now go to the image and let's bring that down. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to apply stitches to it, which is just a running stitch. 2.5 millimeters wide is good enough. Okay, now let's just see what this would look like. And I'm going to rotate it just a little bit. I want to rotate it one more time. Yeah. Oop, too far. Okay. Let's see how I like that. Well, it looks nice and smooth. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and save this so I don't mix it up. So I'm going to file, save stitch and working file as loop, D loop, corner. Okay. Copy, bring it into this one and paste. And I'm going to take this second one here, which is the first one. Yeah, that's the corner. Here's the one I just did. I'm going to move it over because it's got to match up. And let's see what it looks like matched up here. That looks fine. The top lobe here needs to move out a little bit, okay? So I'm going to go back to this one and I'm going to go into my design. There we go. And let's make this a little bigger. Bring it in closer. Oops. Have to fix the smoothness of it a little bit. Okay, that looks a little bit better. It needs to go a little higher so that's sort of even with that one. That looks good there. So I'm going to make this a little smaller now and paste again. Paste. And this one I am going to rotate it this way and move it down. I need to rotate it just a little bit more. And what I'm looking at is I'm making sure the start and the stop are in the crosshairs, and I'm going to scoot it down. Let's see, what does this look like here on the ending? I like the way that looks, okay? And everything seems to be nice and even. I like the way it looks as a corner. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and erase the last two that I stitched. And this is what I stitched. There we go. Okay, I like the way that looks. It is almost 5 inches by 5 inches. I could go just a tiny bit bigger. Just a tiny bit bigger. So that it's about the same. Yep. And center it. And it is in the center, and then save it again. All right, saved both of those. Now these are ready to stitch out. I'm going to print up both of these files just so that we can lay them on top of the quilt and make sure everything looks like it's going to fit okay. This consists of 2 designs, one for the corner, which is 5 inches by 5 inches because I have a 5-inch wide border. The width here are 5.5 inches, so this is my corners right here. And this is the design for the border pieces. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at waltzquilt@yahoo.com. And also, if you would like a copy of the corner and the border design, send me an email. I'll be happy to share it with you. Have a good weekend and happy sewing. Bye.